What's up, guys? Jason Clear Fork Bassin here. I've got a few things I'm going to do today. I didn't get to go fishing the other day as expected, so it rained for 2 days straight. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go over the Ned rig in the water with some in water action. I'm going to show you. We'll do some comparisons from the Z-Man to Lake Fork tackle, some of the Morning Dawn, and the Yamamoto style Ned rigs. And also we're going to have some unboxing, so let's get to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through the baits that I'm going to show and compare, and we'll do a few. I'm going to try something else too that I've never tried before, is to Ned rig one of these creature baits, a beaver crawl. This is the Cabela's go-to bait, and we're going to do some the Netbait, the Baby Paca crawl. We got Yamamoto creature bait here. We're going to use it. Let's see. That's the flapping hog, Yamamoto flapping hog, and I've got a KLM 3-inch stick here. I'm going to use it. I'm going to go with the Bass Pro Shop stik-o Morning Dawn. We're going to do some Z-Man TRDs. We've got the Lake Fork ring fry. We're going to do the Gary Yamamoto Yamasenko, and we have the Zoom Super Fluke Junior. So we're going to do all those in the tank here, comparison, to see what we think about them. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this to where we can have a side-by-side view of this, see them in the water together. A lot of times you get videos where it's just one-on-one. You know, you just get one shot at a time. But this way, we're going to see if we can kind of compare both of them here as they would bounce. And you see, the ring fry seems to be float a lot more. Of course, it's a bigger bait, and it has these rings in it too. I think that it helps its buoyancy. But now, if you land the Bass Pro stik-o right, it'll stand up as well. Now, I'm using these on a 1/6 ounce finesse shroom, power shroom, Z-Man power shroom with the weed guard on it. You can also get them without the weed guard. And they make a smaller one that I've used on the 3-inch baits as well. It's about a 1/16 weight, I think, is what I use on it sometimes. But I'll give you a view of those. You can decide which one you like better of those. And I'll slip on some more here and we'll see what we got. Okay, for our next baits, we will be using the Yamasenko. You can't see that very clearly, but Gary Yamamoto Yamasenko. And we will be using the Z-Man TRD. Okay, and I found out that one thing I can say, what got me started on using this Ned rig was actually was the Gary Yamamoto. I tried them. That was the first one I ever tried, and I caught my largest, my actually personal best crappie off of that as well. But I've noticed that the TRD, this is a brand new one, but I've noticed that the ones that you have used before seems to, next time you use them, they seem to be more buoyant. So that's one thing I have noticed about the TRDs. And I'm using this, I forgot to tell you earlier on the first demonstration, I'm using these on the 6-pound copolymer, it's Cast King line. And I like to use copolymer line a lot, but I will use these braided or copolymer, fluorocarbon, monofilament. I'll use the Ned rig on all that. I haven't seen that huge amount of difference in what kind of line you use. It's just a preference for me. But let's get this. Let's check these two out and see the comparison of these. I noticed the Yamasenko and the TRD, they both do well. Seems like the TRD will fall a little slower once it leans. It seems to be more buoyant. Both of these are good baits, though. You have to be the judge yourself. Like I said, I use both of these, so it doesn't matter to me. Neither one of these companies pay me for anything, so I'm just wanting to give some demonstrations. And there we have the Z-Man TRD and the Yamasenko. Okay, now we're going to use the Netbait. We're going to try it, which I just putting it in there already looks awesome. And we're going to try the Super Fluke Junior Super Fluke Junior Arkansas Shiner. We're going to try it as well. Do a comparison with these. As you can see how this mushroom head just seems to make the bait stand up. And I mean, this is a year-round bait you can use. The Ned rig was actually invented so you can to help people catch more fish. Is wanting to be able to go out on a lake or creek, wherever, river, and catch 100 fish in a day. And I'm telling you, I do believe that they were successful in doing that. It's one of my favorite baits to use. And I just have so much luck with it. That's great. Okay, now I'm going to show you two of my personal favorites that I like to use on the Guyandotte River. And it comes from a local company, KLM Worms. And it's got a 3-inch stick here, and we have a curly tail grub on the Ned. And that's a dirty motor oil color. But you can see these baits stand up as well. These baits are durable. They last a long time. Catch a lot of fish off of one bait. The fall rate on these are really nice too. They'll just hop right along. Okay, so as you can see, you can just about Ned rig any kind of bait you want. And I'm just blown away by that Netbait Baby Paca Crawl. That looked fantastic. There at the end, we'll have a battle between the Netbait baby Paca crawl and the ring fry. But right now I've got the go-to Cabela's go-to bait, and we have the Yamamoto Flapping Hog. So the black is the Flapping Hog, and that's the go-to. Both of these baits look about equal. I'd use either one of these. It does seem like the Yamamoto bait sinks faster. It stands up less, but it is a heavier bait, so it probably is less buoyant. But you can Ned rig just about any kind of bait you want. Now let's get these other two comparisons here with this leg fork ring fry and the baby Paca crawl here. Okay, here we have our two finalists, in my eyes anyway. The ring fry and the baby Paca. Both of these are just amazing. I like both of those baits. I like all of them. Okay guys, so there was a demonstration of a few of those baits that I like to use on a Ned rig. I caught fish with all those. So I hope when the summertime comes, it's winter here, so I'm doing these in an aquarium because I promised on my last video to show you guys some underwater action of how the Ned rig works underwater. But the summertime, I'll use the underwater cam and show the rate of descent and things in the pool. So you'll get a better idea of how they fall in the water and things like that. And of course, we're going to do a lot more bait comparisons if you guys like them. You know, if you guys don't want to see them, that's a different story. But now let's get to some unboxing of new lures that I've got in.